Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afker, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of your divine uniqueness. Again, very happy to have you here with us on the live call, and also happy for to connect with those energetically with those who will be listening to the replay. So thank you for your presence, and also very excited that Laura Maesaka is back on the show. She joins us the first time it was last season, and this is our second call with her. And really, I love the message that she shared the last time, and also how she interacted with the audience, the guidance she brought, and the healing that she brought the last time. It was really, really powerful, and also the healing journey that she guided us through. It was really, really profound. And I'm really excited that she's back today. And today we'll be talking about the energetics of self-love. So we'll go we'll be talking on a deeper level about the subject. Like so many talk about self-love, but we will really go deep about understanding the energetics of it, and the importance of it, because many times, how to say, when we use some words or some themes, for many times we don't give it importance as in the beginning. But self-love, it's something that's so crucial for our ascension journey, for our growth, and for connecting to our truth and our true self more and more. And the more we go deeper into loving ourselves, the deeper and the greater the changes and shifts can happen to us in our life. And I believe that all aspects of our life are related to that in some way. And so really excited about the subject today. And also Laura will guide us on a healing journey, so stay tuned for that. And also we will have a Q&A where you can ask her your questions. So if you are on Zoom app, you can raise your hand there if you want to talk to Laura, or you can type in your questions on the chat box. And before we start, I would love to tell you a little bit about Laura. So she is an intuitive, multidimensional healer who works in conjunction with beings of light in the transmission and anchoring of light codes for the removal of energetic blockages, balancing of the subtle bodies, and activation of the divine blueprints within her clients. She integrates sound healing, light language, shamanic practices, and multidimensional healing to bring balance and harmony to the energetic bodies of her clients. Her way of combining classical healing arts with new transmissions and information enables a wholesome approach to the healing of the energy bodies, to bring relief to physicalized ailments and target the energetic seeds of the disease. It is Laura's deepest wish for everyone to find loving peace within themselves while embracing their divinity and inner power. And so with that, Laura, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us today.
Hi, Monsef. Thank you so much for having me back. It's such an honor to be in front of your audience, to share into such an important topic as you introduce the show with, and beautifully put into words, self-love. So thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you again. And so in the beginning, I would love if you can tell us a little bit about your journey with self-love, like maybe some experiences and what you learned throughout your journey about that.
Yes, thank you for the question. I've been on my own healing journey with self-love from the very beginning. I always been an overachiever in school and strived to get straight A's, really good grades throughout school, and always getting praised from my parents and recognition. And I didn't realize how, that seemingly positive experience of getting recognition and from your parents and love in that way, um, for achieving academic success has been impacting me later in life, even in the workforce as an engineer. It gets to a point of perfectionism in a way, and always striving and always looking to do more, and I could do more. And I've even had a couple of bosses in the past tell me that I'm too hard on myself. And after a couple of times of hearing that it started to land, and it hasn't been until recently that I realized where it's coming from. I've had such a positive reinforcement or experience with always doing really well that it's like a part of me seeks that validation. But it's also putting myself in that negative aspect of I can do more, I can be more, I can always give more to others, and it's hard on myself, right? Because then you can never be enough. So that's been a profound experience for me in unfolding and in healing and being with myself. And it's like, I am enough. And being grateful for those earlier experiences in life and just seeing them as they are, but realizing that it's not necessary to be able to receive love from others.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. It's how to say, many times we give away so much, and we think it's how to say, it's a way of expressing love, but and also because also at the same time we have expectations from others to give back to us love as well, but many times it doesn't happen. So how, like from your perspective, how do you define self-love, and also what are the maybe misconceptions or misunderstandings that we have, that we may have about that?
Excellent question. And self-love is such a vast energy. I'm not even going to call it a topic. Is this is a state of being, right? We're spirits, we're beings of love. So self-love is opening up to that truth, to be able to fully accept and embrace ourselves for all of who we are. And it doesn't have to be all of who we are as this perfect beings of light and love. Is all of who we are at every moment. Whatever flaws we're perceiving in ourselves, whatever shortcomings on our comparisons to others, is opening that door to shine light and realize that those are really just projections, energetic blockages, things we've learned from the past, and they're not really who we are and the truth of ourselves. Just opening that door to shine light. But it takes, the steps to get there is witnessing ourselves where we're not loving ourselves. And that's easier said than done, as we tend to project outwardly what we don't like in ourselves onto others.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, absolutely.
and,
Go ahead. You
and
want to say something? Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
I also asked, so it's like, how is survival and self-preservation related to self-love? And it's like, well, don't we all love ourselves? We're always striving to survive and do better. And then the answer I received is they're not the same. We're born with the instinctual need for survival and self-preservation, but protecting ourselves is not the same as loving ourselves. So we're spiritual beings. We're one with each other. We cannot be harmed because we are everything. Everything's in us. So if you think about it, we can't really be harmed. So that instinctual drive really comes from our very body, our primal selves. And our bodies are wired to survive. And our limbic brain holds the function of survival, of fight or flight, the perpetuation of the species. And these are lower energetic states of being, and they're important for our existence here as three-dimensional sentient beings made of flesh and bone. But they're a basic program that's running in our matrix to basically allow our bodies to operate in this energy field. And that program acts upon those lower three chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And it's based to an extent to fear, the fear of extinction, of annihilation. And our body knows to protect itself. And we do what we think we need to do in order to fit into a group. And that's how we are most likely to survive. So in older times, it was important as small tribes depend, like the people from those tribes depending a lot on one another. And if you were casted and ousted from that tribe, your chances of survival basically went down. But the problem right now is with the earth changing energetically and us being called, or our very bodies and DNA changing to a more crystalline form and higher states of energy. Those basic survival instincts get in the way, and bringing that awareness of spiritual beings of light that we are will help and start clearing those. So from birth of most of us, we come into a family and into a world that is seemingly outside of us. And there's the duality of black and white and good and bad. So our society has created the idealized body image, and that changes from era to era, where right now being skinny and certain facial features or color eyes and length of hair has looked as beautiful. But in the past, in other civilizations, somebody overweight was being seen as healthy and abundant, and that was a desired state. So we learned from birth in our society to compare ourselves to others, to what we think are standards, and those are oftentimes unattainable. So we learn not to value our body or listen to its needs. And then we also learn to suppress our needs. I came from a very traditional patriarchal family structure where you don't leave the house as a young woman until you're married, and you don't expose your skin, and you're back home by a certain time. Very traditional. And you basically taught that sex is dirty and a taboo, where in reality is a natural part of being in this body. It's a creative force within our sacral chakra, and that energy that, if repressed, it creates energetic blockages that can cause unhealthy relationships. And that behavior can lead to abuse. And a good example of this is priests. You have to be celibate to be a priest. And many religions. And what we see is then those repressed energies manifest in unhealthy ways as abuse towards, innocents or others. And that comes from that repression. Are you still there? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me, Mansa? All right, if you can hear me, Monsef, I'm going to call back because I cannot hear what's going on. Hello?
Hello. Sorry,
Hi.
I
We
dropped.
lost you.
Accidentally. Sorry for that.
Oh, no worries.
Let me start again the recording.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check on YouTube quickly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. We can continue. Sorry for this.
All right. All right. Thank you. So, as I was sharing, we were talking about how many of us are taught that sex is a taboo and is dirty, and we learn to suppress that part of ourselves that is very natural, and hate it. And what I've learned, I was really surprised to learn, was something I wanted to share with your audience, especially for the women in your audience. A very important part of the women's body that only has a single purpose, and that is pleasure. That is the clitoris. And that's something that is not very talked about. It has no role in reproduction. Its only purpose as a concentrated gateway for concentration of nerves is to basically generate feelings of pleasure. So that was really hard for me to learn. That's basically natural and has been available to me, and not something that I was taught to embrace. So when we don't love a part of ourselves, when we say, oh, that part of ourselves is dirty, then we create those blockages that affect us through life. And that creative force and energy when channeled by the heart and with love, gets transmuted and converted to a higher source of created energy, than that we bring a healthy manifestation waves of creation of what we want our life to be in this world. And we also learn to silence our truth. And we say things to keep the peace. Many of us are shy away from conflict, and that's one of the things that I've learned about myself is that, and in keeping the peace, we often say things that we don't really feel that's our truth. It's not our truth and our signature of what is important to us and what we want to express. And then we say things to others also to keep us away from us so that we are not hurt. And then we say things to others that we think they want to hear so that we don't be risked alone. So there's no surprise that most people walk around with their throat chakra heavily blocked from this. And some of others learn to give too much, leaving nothing for ourselves. And it's how we think that we will be loved, and feeling accepted stems from that need for survival. And putting others first gives us a place in our family or social circle as caretakers, and then thus we feel indispensable. So we're always putting others first. We're outside of ourselves and not really tapping into what we need to be healthy and happy and to show up in the best way that we can for others. Other people, they learn that they must take from others or put them down so that they appear to be better than them, because deep inside, they don't feel like they're enough. And in both of those cases where you give too much or you take from others and putting down and manipulate them, there's a lack of self-love in those instances.
Yeah.
So, do you have a question?
Yeah. First, just a comment on what you shared, because sometimes we can misunderstand like self-love, that we will be we can be totally independent of others, like but as you were talking about honoring our needs, so it's more about, what I understand, it's more about finding a balance between like fulfilling our needs, like part of them like socializing, receiving love from others, and at the same time being able to, when others can't give us that love, we are able to offer it to ourselves. And yeah, so it's what I understood, it's all about balance. And
absolutely.
Yeah. And also I had a question I wanted to ask. I think I forgot. Yeah, it was like in those situations when we are, for example, we were not honored by others, or maybe hurt or received like a negative behavior from someone, and many times we hear that maybe self-love, it's more about forgiving others and letting go of the experience, because when we hold that grief, we are hurting ourselves. So how like from your perspective, how can we maybe hold the space for ourselves, express love to ourselves in those situations, especially when there's this desire to maybe see justice or something like that.
Right. So thank you for that question. And like you said, forgiveness is key, and also being grateful for what we do have, and who we are in relationship with others, and bringing those higher emotions that reside in our higher energy centers to start informing the rest of our energy system, and start shifting it. So it's important to, when we catch ourselves giving judgments or making comparisons or having a negative self-talk. It's important to start like catching ourselves doing it and stopping. Like stop and it's like, and forgive yourself for doing it and make a conscious decision. It's like, I'm going to choose different going forward. And being gentle and patient with yourself the next time it happened, not like, oh my God, I'm doing it again. It's like, oh no, it's just another opportunity to reinforce that I'm making a conscious choice to do different, to not judge myself or talk about myself with those things. So, and also starting to speak our truth, our desires and our needs. What do we truly need? Are we really saying what we want to say? Or is it something we're saying because that's what somebody wants to hear? Maybe that we don't want to hurt their feelings. And always speaking from your heart and not from a place of hurt, because that's different. Some people use I'm just speaking my truth as a sword, and it can be harmful to others. And yes, it might have a sense of a semblance to truth, but the intent is not love and forgiveness and compassion. So it's important to have that discernment on when and how we want to speak our truth. But not the voice is a very powerful, sacred instrument in what we say, because it starts the wave of energetic changes, so that we start attracting that and manifesting that for ourselves. And so we also want to detach from expectations, because expectations and judgments are built from past constructs of the mind, and they're based on our past lived experiences and oftentimes our traumas. But if we want something different, and we can't continue expecting the same to happen, we need to expect the unexpected, be open, and that feeling of openness and not having expectations. So I might be surprised. And then feel gratitude as much and as often as you can. I cannot emphasize this enough. Just a moment, a few seconds even, when you're feeling in a chaotic storm of something's going on around you and it's throwing you off your balance, just taking a couple of breaths and going into your heart and feeling gratitude for all of it, or for any of it, for a cup of coffee that you had in the morning, maybe more something else, maybe just for the awareness that you have in the moment, for your 2 arms and 2 legs, and then also for the ability to explore your own self and find out and experience for yourself what is right for you in this now. It's like, oh, I get to witness myself and how I'm living, what I'm choosing moment to moment. And I'm grateful that at every moment I can choose different and try something different. And that knowing, that deep knowing that you can take charge of your life and change. And the only moment that matters is the now. So not living in the past or living in the future. The point of action is that pivot is where you are right now. And you can start with little changes. And some of you are ready for big leaps. And just being gentle and patient with yourself. And so the trauma that we experience throughout our lives, so those wounds that we carry energetically from our lives and from previous lifetimes, the damage gets imprinted in our DNA, and also from what our ancestors experienced, and then reinforces that fear-based program that keeps us living and reacting out of the lower energy centers. So the energy gets stuck there. There's no freedom for it to flow upwards into the higher energy centers. So there's a feeling that it is not safe to be in the body as we react from that trauma. And then we think of our environment as threatening. So we go into self-denial, we go into escapism, and we become very, very ungrounded. We're not comfortable. So when we invite those feelings in of love and gratitude, and we start unfolding and understanding that we get to choose different on what we say, on what we experience, what we put out to the world, then we start healing all those traumas, and we let the energy go up to the heart center, and it just gets multiplied and magnified. The love is a higher state of being, comes from our true essence, the seat of our souls in our heart. And when we activate the center, we start connecting to our very nature. When we love ourselves, we open more fully to the vibrations of joy and kindness and gratitude and compassion. So we magnetize them more because we start feeling worthy of them, and we allow ourselves to receive. There's affirmations and I've encountered people's like, I've been trying to manifest something and that doesn't work. I keep on saying, I want this, I want that. But then there's that subconscious, unconscious belief that we're not worthy of them. So yes, we're saying we want it, but we really don't mean it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also about discerning like what comes from our hearts, like desires that we have, and also the things that come from how to say, either from trauma, or maybe looking for love or fulfillment in the wrong places. And yeah, so thank you so much for everything you shared. So would you like, is it the right time to do the group journey, or would you like to share more about the subject?
I'd like to share one more thing.
Yes.
And that is one of a practice of self-awareness, because many of us may think at times like, well, I don't have any issues with self-love. And whenever I think that, or I feel that way, and somebody's fault, then it's important to catch yourself. And when we're tempted to point the finger outwards at others, I have this practice of just stopping, pausing, giving myself some space to reflect, and know that the world is a projection of my inner landscape. So putting it back on me, because I have the power, and pointing the finger at somebody else is giving my power away. So it's really cool that we serve as mirrors of each other. And what I've learned is what we don't like about others or irritates us is somehow we're acting out that very thing in our own lives, and we don't like it about ourselves. I found that in a couple of patterns I recognize myself and from my parents. It irked me that my mother did something, and I found myself doing the same exact thing, and I was totally unconscious of it. It's like, oh, I don't really ask what I want. I go roundabout way and making people just infer what I want. So it's a form of manipulation. It's like, wow, I'm doing that myself. That's why it bothers me to see it, in my loved one.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to share.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so let's start the group journey.
Great.
Thank you.
Right. So if it's possible for you where you are, if you can close your eyes. And call all of your energies back to yourself. The holidays coming up, there's a lot of anxiousness and projecting ourselves in the future about what we're going to cook or where we're going to be. Calling that energy back to yourself right now to be fully present with you. Calling that energy back from the past, from other places, from the totality of your multidimensional matrix, all timelines, all dimensions, all of you, back to your heart, back to you. I invite you to start breathing deeper, oxygenating your blood, with each breath, feeling your heart expand beyond your chest and take more space, the outside of your body and into your energy field. We have Hathor, Mary Magdalene with us, Divine Feminine. To help clear programs of miscreation. As they're prepping the group, for your live audience, and everyone who will listen to the recording afterwards. Bringing in all of the higher beings of light, the guides, to surround us and prepare us for whatever we're ready to let go, to make space for healing energies to come through. With each breath, breathing in light and exhaling any tension that you feel in your body. Or my thought in your mind that might be keeping you from being fully present. Letting it leave. Coming back into your center. Feeling the support of the earth underneath you. And feeling yourself in that connection to the earth. From your root chakra. But feeling that connection to your heart as well. Sharing with the earth. Letting her see and witness the essence of who you are. And that infinite love of compassion. But she's inviting you to do the same she's doing. She's opening up her core, her center, for us to connect to her more deeply. Letting those energies melt into that energetic highway and feeling her love and support. And we're traveling those highways deeper and deeper into the womb of the earth. The space of creation, the blackness from the nothingness, where that first idea sparks and becomes manifest. Going to the void of the mother. And feeling how that is connected to the earth's pleasure center. She's a complete being. She's inviting us to accept ourselves for the totality of who we are without judgment. Allowing ourselves to go deeper and explore to her caverns, the complexity and the beauty of her crystalline center, that aliveness. And experiencing the powers of release, allowing the lava of her volcanoes to cleanse, to transmute, any blockages that we have, any judgments around being enough. See that belief that you have, that negative belief about yourself, being cleansed by that lava. Projecting forward, the fear of being seen for who we are, letting the earth help us transmute that. And welcoming those powerful sources of lava, these beautiful volcanoes Earth has, that change her landscape. They're a source of creation, those eruptions, those releases. She gets to create new lands for her children. And just the same, as we release judgments about ourselves, we get to create a new life. And allowing the energies of what you want to manifest to start coming in as the ashes from those volcanoes clear up You can see the blue sky. The beams of light are helping us see the possibilities more clearly. So if you have something in mind of what you want to create, of who you want to be, what expression is true to yourself at this moment, invite those energies in with your heart. Feel that tunnel of light, that whirlpool of energy that's opening in your crown, that's connected to your soul star chakra, 18 inches above your head. And feel those codes and those frequencies come through you, through your crown, your third eye. And if you don't know what you want to create, be open to what will be most fun to you, what will be more joyful, and opening yourself up to that in whatever way it may come for you. Inviting those frequencies in, letting it alchemize down your throat so you can manifest with that beautiful instrument of yours the right frequencies that are a vibrational match to what you're asking. Coding that throat center, those higher frequencies, and feeling it come down to your heart. And tapping with the feeling of pure joy, compassion, and love. Let it inform your solar plexus of the codes from which you want to act now, these frequencies. And reaching your sacral. And opening the door for high plasma rainbow frequency to come in through that gateway to all of your cells and all of your mitochondria to heal the wounds of repression that we're all carrying, our mitochondrial DNA from our feminine lineage. Allowing those energies to sift through, to rearrange, to lift, upgrade, and release everything and anything that is not a vibrational match. For the highest expression of you that is available to you now to tap into. Bringing in that blueprint to direct that energy in the way that is most beneficial to you. A lot of work happening on our sacral chakras right now with our gateway of creation. And feeling love and compassion for ourselves, for our ancestors, and honoring them for paving the way for us to be here right now. And with the privilege and knowledge that the work that we're doing right now has a ripple effect to them as well. This time is not linear. Releasing all blockages in the back, on the lower back, above the sit bones. The trauma from not supporting ourselves, not having our backs. And all of that is being released and transmuted. And letting yourself explore that energy center and see what message it has for you. Really allowing yourself to listen, to receive, and trusting that whatever information you're hearing, seeing, or sensing has a message for you. Allowing yourself to receive it and integrate it. Allowing yourself to feel the purity of the essence of that center, that sexual, creative force, to nourish your body, to cleanse it. Experience that energy as sacred. Something that is innate with you, is part of you. Went to the root chakra, releasing any remnants of stuck energies that are preventing you from grounding all of this wisdom and coming forth from your highest blueprint available to you now. To rearrange those foundational beings and restructure, re-strengthen them so those energies can anchor into this reality. And feeling yourself gratitude for all that is available to us right now. All we have to do is ask. All we have to do is say, I want to experience more joy. Help me. This is a strong message that I've been receiving. A lot of us don't ask for help. We think we have to do it all ourselves. We literally have a team of light there waiting for us to help us, listening. Or lean on them. You don't have to do it all yourself. All you have to do is ask. Thanking Hathor, Mary Magdalene, the earth, our ancestors, and all the beings of light that are here with us. And they're saying that energies will continue to move through us in the coming days. Be gentle and drink a lot of water. And give yourself rest and space. Feeling your body, the weight of your body, the gravity, that flesh, bringing all of that, this beautiful energy back into the body, becoming fully grounded, linked to the earth. To our central column of light. I invite you to open your eyes and give yourself a hug. And tell yourself out loud that you love you. I love me. And thank you, body, for doing all of the work that you do. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Your cells can hear you. Use that voice to inform them of how grateful you are. Thank you so much for going on that journey with me.
Thank you so much, Laura. Yeah, it was really profound journey. For me, the feeling I got at some point is it was to feel more aligned with the frequency of what I desire to create, and it's like there is more knowing, and at the same time, there was like messages like reminder to, how to say, instead of getting caught in the end result and wanting it now, it's more about flowing and having the knowing that it will happen. And part of the desire, it's all steps of the journey, and they are like really important, equally important in the in that journey. So thank you very much.
Beautiful.
And
thank you.
And everyone, we'd love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat box. And we will start taking questions very soon, in a little bit. So if you are, if you want to talk to Laura, you can raise your hand. And if you want to type your question, you can do that on the chat box. And Laura, just before that, I would love if you can tell us about the one-on-one private session that you are offering to our audience. And everyone, you can find it or sign up to it on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Laura, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Laura, LAURA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the webcast page or on the replay page. So Laura, I would love if you can tell us about the experience that our audience can have with you.
Yes, thank you so much, Monsef. I am offering to your audience a 60-minute one-on-one private session with me to bring healing to whatever your intention you have. I use a range of modalities from channeling, light language, shamanic journeys, pranic healing, Reiki, sound healing, to bring what is most appropriate, what the client needs to be able to move forward in the direction that they're envisioning themselves. And I also like to empower them to do that work for themselves and learn how to do it and learn how to be aware of their own gifts. I like to be a guide in that way. So it's a 60-minute one-on-one session for $88 with a normally I charge $150 for it, and that is for your audience, your divine uniqueness. And if anybody has any questions after the show, I'll be happy to answer them. You can reach me at laura@newheightsenergyhealing.com. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much, Laura, and for offering your support and time to our audience through the private session, and also supporting them through their journey and bringing the healing that can support them in their path, and in their heart, in creating their heart desires. And like you said earlier, sometimes at some points in our path we also need support. We are not meant to do it all on our own, and many times we need more clarity, we need more energetic support and healing that really can help us to maybe move forward or release some heavy energy that can sometimes slow us down. So thank you so much. Really grateful for you, and yeah, always I feel honored to offer your work to our audience. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and again, everyone, you can sign up for the 1 hour private session on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Laura, LAURA, or by clicking on the special offer button, which is on the webcast page or on the replay page. And yeah, so let's start taking questions. So again, everyone, you can type your question on the chat box or raise your hand to talk to Laura. So first, I see here a question from Michelle. I would love some assistance with grounding myself. I'm in the midst of moving. I'm finding it chaotic and unsettling. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for the question. Yes, and that's something that is definitely has been a challenge for myself in the grounding. And what I've found to be really helpful is to feel yourself your earth star chakra, which is about a foot underneath your feet. So this is a chakra that's beyond our 7 main ones that we all talk about, but it's almost like our umbilical cord that connects us to the earth. So shifting your energy to that spot underneath your feet and taking some breaths and letting your energy sink down to that spot. And sending your energy down, letting it sink. You feel some blockages on your right side. Asking God, Lord, move them. Clear them up. And some across your chest. Through your arms. Letting your heart feel the love and feel that nurturing energy of the earth. So feeling into that earth star and letting those energies come back up through that earth star chakra, up your legs, up through your spinal column, center column of light as well. And hold your heart. And as it holds your heart, continue feeling that umbilical cord, that earth star underneath your feet. And just being curious what it feels like to you. Being open to experiencing it whatever way is most appropriate for you. And I found that practice immediately brings my energy in a deeper communion with the earth, and the effects last longer. And with practice, just the thinking of connecting to that earth star, it's like almost like a lightning fast connection. When you see colors, or to me, it feels like a gentle pulsing. It's like an earth frequency, and I can feel it massaging my aura. So inviting that energy on whatever way it comes through to you to move through your aura, massage it, and surround it. I hope you find that helpful. Thank you for the question. It's an important one.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Laura. And Michelle Sherrod, that feels great, much needed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle. And Destiny, can you please unmute yourself?
Ooh. Hi, Maesaka.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Destiny.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful process.
Thank you.
No, I too have been having issues grounding, and it's like literally, I keep feeling this energy that's like a foreign energy kind of coming in on the right side of my body. And when I know when it's happening, because I feel like I'm not fully in the right side of my body, and it feels staticky, kind of funky. So then I have to keep pushing this energy out, but I don't understand what it is.
Okay. Thank you for the question, Destiny. So let's check it out. Dropping in, connecting to you, feeling your experience. Feel somehow connected to your heart. There's like a cord of energy going there. Your heart and up to your throat. It almost looks like there's like a covering on the right side of your aura, not on your body, but outside of it, and it almost looks like the fur of a hedgehog, like spiky like that. It feels strong energies going through the throat of Miss speaking.
Yes. I've been having throat problems, like throat chakra. And like it comes.
Is it something that you're saying to?
You know what I realized? I realized that there's something inside of me that's very angry, and it says horrible things to myself. So I don't know if it's another aspect of me, but it literally like is mean to me. It's like you stupid ass, blah blah blah. And when I'm saying it, it doesn't really feel like it's me that's actually saying it. Because I'm like, so there's definitely something really kind of weird going on that I don't totally understand. But it's like self-abuse that I'm doing to myself, but it doesn't actually feel like it's coming from me, from my heart, from my truth. It's not from my truth. Whatever it is, it's not from my truth.
Yeah, thank you for that information. I can relate to that. I've experienced what seemed to be like walking spirits outside of myself, and they would feel like a very intrusive energy.
Yeah.
And what I realized, it's a part of me that doesn't believe in me and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And once I realized that, you can open your heart and bringing that loving feeling of compassion to, it's like, oh, this is not outside of me. I created this somehow. And honestly, how you created it doesn't really matter. But you're choosing to do something different. You're choosing something for yourself that maybe that part of you doesn't agree with because it's uncomfortable, because it's scary, but it's trying to keep you from moving.
I
To
get
say
that a lot.
no.
Yeah.
So let's bring some angelic help here to activate your heart a little more. And I invite you to feel into that center of your heart. And feel the love. Think of something that you love dearly. Something, someone. Feel that love for them. And let it expand. And giving yourself permission to offer that same deep quality of love to everyone else. And what that would feel like. Imagine what that would feel like. Feel like everyone else is the same way. Including that part of you. I love you. I'm gonna try something different. And all of you is accepted. All of you is loved. Feel it lifting. How are you feeling?
I haven't felt that in quite a while.
That's good to hear. Yeah. That's a beautiful practice. At any time you just, that's the most powerful thing tool I've had is feel that love and just let it explode.
Oh, I think it would be really beneficial for me to work with you because, yeah, sometimes it's like it's one after another. It's like I heal this up and I make this part feel better, and then there's another one waiting, and it's like, okay, there's only so much energy I have too,
I'd be honored to support you in that way. And all you have to do is a step at a time and not get impatient, and always take that opportunity as something else that is being shown to you that is holding you back. So feeling the gratitude for like, oh, wow, you're really showing me what's next, what I need to clear next in my path. And changing that perspective is really, really helpful.
Thank you, Laura.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much.
I mean, I'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Destiny, and thank you so much, Laura.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So we have Beto. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yes.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Maesaka. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
I appreciate very much the vibrational journey you took us to. Very powerful.
I'm glad you found it supportive. Thank you for the feedback.
Very supportive. And I didn't have a mask over my eyes. I'm reaching out to you now because, and I've never spoken, I felt this for a long time. I've had periods of high and lows of abundance and lack. And I think there's something that's blocking me from reaching a true state of abundance and love. And I think it goes back almost to when I was a little boy, and I really haven't put my finger on it. So I'm reaching out to you possibly for some energetic help.
Mm-hmm. What is your name?
Is debt.
Get?
Debt. It's actually Ted, but debt is
Ted.
spelled backwards.
Oh, Det. Oh, what an interesting name. Thank you, Dad, for that question. Let me check in. So immediately I feel a lot of attention to your solar plexus area. It almost feels like a lot of acid in there. It's very acidic, overly acidic. Bitterness. Ooh. Are you in and around pine trees? I see pine trees.
I have pine trees around where I live, yes.
You do? Okay.
But
Trees, okay.
I'm in an open area, but they're on either side of my house.
Okay.
To the north and to the south.
Okay. Do you like to spend time outdoors? It feels like they're calling you, the trees.
In the warm months, I spend a lot of time outdoors in my back deck, but not enough. Certainly not enough.
Okay. So they can help you release that bitterness. There's bitterness and some anger in that center that's like blocking. So we're gonna bring, let's see what's coming. Oh, the energy of the forest. Beautiful. And surround you with the magical energy of regeneration, of strength, and the lightness of all of the creatures that live in that forest, not only in this plane, but in other dimensions. They bring in their playfulness, their lightness, to remove, wash away with the beautiful green color, the cleanse, get out your solar plexus, your liver, your stomach, gallbladder. Really good cleaning, spring cleaning in this winter, but it's not quite winter. Cleaning that energy, the clearing, letting it go up to your throat as well. And picture it, all of that heaviness, all of the doubt, any negative emotions that might be coming forward. Picturing them as black smoke coming out of your mouth, and please moved by the wind that's shaking the trees, leaves that inside of that forest that's superimposed on your abdomen area and that solar plexus. So all the forest leaves are rustling and shaking, uncovering all of the tightness, all of those emotions up, and the winds, the trees are getting taller and moving up to your heart and down, sending roots down to your sacral and your root, and bringing that airiness, that space, that frequency of the wind to continue blowing away and blockages. This now in your throat chakra. Not wanting to ruffle feathers. Letting that lift away from your throat and that trunk. Clearing your crown. Clearing your crown chakra now. There's some stagnation in there. Lifting the mist, fog. Bringing in the frequency of the song of the birds to help us clear your crown. Feeling their chants. Clear your crown. So all that healing they're saying is available to you. It feels a lot lighter. How are you feeling?
Feeling much lighter, and
That's good.
You should know I've been actually been working for the last almost month plus or 2 months on cleansing my liver and my kidneys and my cardio. So I've been working very diligently on that.
Beautiful. Yeah, so invite those cleansing energies of the forest that's around you. Even when it's cold, or just call those energies back where you are and feel yourself with them and ask them to help you move any remnants of that detoxification that you're doing for your body. So the energetic remnants of those toxins are also released and not clogging you up.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you in love and light. Blessings. Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you, Dad. And yeah, thank you so much, Laura.
Good life, long life, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. That's love. And can we take one more question?
Sure.
Yeah, so Joshua, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, cool.
Aloha,
Hi.
It's Joshua, but
Aloha.
my friend Joy wants to ask a question.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me? Hello? Uh-oh.
We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. That's good. Yeah, so I guess I don't have an exact question. I just feel like I've been struggling with some things in my life and I just wanted to get some advice. It all stems from like learning disabilities in school. And I feel like with math and English, and then I just feel like that's something that's just really made it hard to communicate in life. And I feel like I have a hard time with communication with my family or like my especially with my relationships or friendships and my work environment. And I get really run down, and I just try to make myself feel better with like overspending, and I'm also a caregiver, and I'm like giving a lot. And so I just feel like my energy is all messed up, and I'd really like to not feel like this anymore.
Mm-hmm. What is your name?
Joy.
Joy. Hi, Joy. Beautiful name. That seems so appropriate for the question that I'm going to ask you is, what brings you joy? Joy.
Well, definitely the trees that you were talking about. Yeah, certainly. And just nature always seems to like photography. I love it. Art is my thing. I love feeling through art and expressing myself in that way. But nature is number one. And I do love caregiving. I do love giving to people. And that makes me feel nice.
Yeah, so I ask, giving to yourself is important, and making sure that your cup is filled, right, before you start giving to others.
I've kind of been overfilling my cup, I'd say. I'm like on spending binges constantly, and it just, I do not feel balanced.
Yeah, not filling the cup in terms of material possessions.
Yeah.
You're acting out of that need because you're trying to fill something else. You're missing the real cup.
Yeah.
So acknowledging that when you feel that urge to go get something is take a moment. And I feel like angels, there's like one on either side of you. And they're opening their wings around you. And take a moment and feel in that sacred space that they're creating around you. And they're clearing your energy. And creating a whirlpool. You're lifted out of your toroidal energy field. Disentangle it. Disconnected from the points of origin. Clearing your brain, your mental body. Feels a lot of overexertion there. That's the word that's coming. A lot of overthinking. Worrying. Letting the energies, those whirlpools of light, angels are facilitating here for us to take away any heaviness around your mental body, your brain, your head, your third eye, the back of your head, your temples, crown, your jaws, sinuses, back of your teeth. From a clearer space, and asking the question is, what is the real cup that you need to fill? What are you trying to make up for? Feel some sort of yang energy on your right side. Now it's going up your left, bringing in a balance. And I want you to tap into your genius and what you're here to bring, not what others are bringing or expecting from you, because you're different and you have beautiful gifts to share, and they're tied to that joy. And that's going to bring you more balance to be able to navigate the energies and the environment that you are with others, and being more present with yourself and finding out what really truly brings me joy and doing more of that and filling your cup with that. Because shopping is, and I can attest to that, it's find out what triggers it after. When you feel an urge to go shopping, it's what has happened. And there's a clue there for you. And that it's meeting that's a need that needs to be met, but with something else that really brings you joy and balance. So they cleared your energy, it seemed like. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I hope you have a good day, everybody.
Likewise.
You too. Thank you, Joy and Joshua. And also thank you so much, Laura. Yeah, that was beautiful. So thank you so much for everything you shared today. It was really inspiring. What you spoke about today, and also the way you guided our audience, and the clarity, the healing that you brought, was really powerful. And also thank you for the journey. It was really profound. So very grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be in front of your audience. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for bringing your beautiful energy as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you again, Laura. And also thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today live, for the questions you asked. And also thank you for those who will be listening to the replay. Again, you can sign up to Laura's 1-hour private session on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Laura, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Laura, LAURA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the webcast page or on the replay page. And yeah, so with that, everyone, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next call. Bye-bye, everyone.